When a distant uncle tried to ruin my inheritance for the laugh, part 1/2. I thought I'd seen it all, but then my uncle, James, showed up at my front door. He's been out of the picture since I was a kid, and I barely knew him beyond his annual birthday checks. But now he's claiming he's the rightful heir to my late grandfather's fortune. The audacity. He brought a whole team of lawyers with him, all dressed in their Sunday best, looking like they just stepped out of a bad 90s sitcom. They handed me a folder full of documents and told me I'd misunderstood everything. My grandfather had written the will himself, but apparently, it was written on a napkin that only James could read. The thing is, I have proof, not just any proof, mind you, but a letter from my grandfather, stating that he left me everything, and I mean everything. But what does this say about our beloved uncle? Let's cut to the chase. James knows his family history better than anyone else in town. Why would he waste time and money going through all these motions if it wasn't for something more? Something to spite me, perhaps. The final nail was when they mentioned that my grandfather had forgotten about James, implying that I'm somehow an illegitimate child. The lawyers left yesterday, and now I'm sitting here with nothing but questions. Is this some twisted revenge plot? Has James been playing a long game of cat and mouse all these years? As I scroll through the documents they gave me, one phrase jumps out: property is not just about wealth, it's about family. What does that even mean? Was my grandfather trying to tell me something? And if so, what? Part 2. The days went by in a blur as I tried to make sense of everything. The more I delved into the documents, the more my blood boiled. But then, something strange happened. James started making calls. At first, it was just random numbers, but soon they became less frequent and were met with silence on the other end. It seemed like he was running out of steam. That's when I noticed something peculiar. Every time he called me, there was a slight hold music at the beginning, but not just any hold music, the one from my local hospital. One morning, as I was sipping coffee and staring blankly into space, the phone rang. I hesitated for a second before picking it up. Hello. A pause, and then James' voice on the other end. I'm sorry. Sorry. What does he have to be sorry about? The line went dead, and all I could see was my uncle's smirking face in front of me. That's when it clicked: James isn't broke. He's not even in a position to afford his own lawyers, let alone a luxurious lifestyle. The entire ordeal has been nothing but a ruse to get attention. And now, as the sun sets on another long day, I'm left wondering what my grandfather would have said if he were here. Would he have told me that family is more than just wealth or property? Or was it all just a clever game of cat and mouse played by someone who never actually cared?